So this is exactly what I was afraid of. It's the next morning and my energy is just completely depleted. Yesterday we went a little too hard, so there's no way that I can get like an early session the way I was hoping to. It's also pretty cold in California, and the thing is you just have to wait a few hours and then the weather is perfect. But I really haven't found my skate park flow since I've been here, which is insane because I've been here for like 6 months. And I actually haven't even skated my box and flat rail since I've been here, which is terribly sad. And I realized that no matter how good the skate parks are, no matter where I move, no matter what's going on, damn it, some idiot left his skateboard in the way, named John Hill. No matter where I move, this is always gonna be the thing that I'd rather skate. And I think it's because there's a correlation with happiness and nostalgia. And when I grew up, this is what I did. I had a car that had a top rack on it, and I would take my box and flat rail, I would put it on the car, strap it to my car, and drive 15 minutes just to skate it. It was a beautiful, beautiful, fun thing, and you don't really get that. And in California especially, not only have I not really found a flow, I just don't like that many skate parks here. It's really weird. I just do not enjoy so many of the skate parks. And the truth is a lot of them are actually really old, or they're like brand new, but they're way too slippery. Like I can't even walk in the park without slipping up. So we got the box, and then there's one more piece to this puzzle, which is this tiny, tiny flat rail. And I feel kind of bad because I'll like learn tricks on this flat rail, and then people will be like, it doesn't count, the rail's too tiny. It's true, but it's the only kind of rail that'll fit in my car. Like it's so tiny, but I can't take anything bigger with me anywhere I go. And I even have one bigger flat rail, which I guess I could take, but you have to like, it becomes this whole mess. But this is what we're gonna skate later on. Right now, I just do not have the energy. So I'm gonna go to a coffee shop, probably post up and actually try to work on some designs while the heat starts coming. And yeah, honestly, I hate the fact that like I'm so insular right now and like hermity that I would rather just skate an empty parking lot because I don't want to run into anyone either. I don't know if it's just been like the YouTube thing where I've run into a lot of people who skate and then we have these big conversations and it requires a lot of energy on my part, but I'd rather just be in an empty parking lot where I don't have to worry about other skaters. Okay. In true John Hill fashion, I drove about 10 minutes to the coffee shop, realized I left my bag with all my computer gear and everything. And just that drive alone and coming back home was actually enough outside world for me. Like I was like, all right, I think I'm good. And since I didn't make a to-do list, today I think I'm gonna make a accomplished list. It's like the things that I actually did. Right now I feel compelled to draw. I could sit here for the next 12 hours or 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna try to figure out other stuff to do that gets me like, I really need to be physical today because I need to do rehab to get my knees stronger and my upper body stronger to do parkour better and skateboarding better. So I'm gonna sit here and do this until I feel antsy enough to go outside. We actually pretty quickly got 2 designs done. We got this one. And we did this one, which I'm actually proud of because there's like animation happening in the background. This is our back house where the guests actually come and stay. And this is where I'm gonna do a little bit of a warm-up workout. Right now, I'm mostly interested in just getting my legs started by doing a lot of squats. So between the squats, essentially I'm doing push-ups and pull-ups as well because my upper body is terribly weak. This only takes, especially if it's just like me warming up for the day, this takes no more than 20 minutes. So you can see here, watch my progress. This is what my body looks like. So I start off with a couple pull-ups and they look like this. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Okay, so I only do 3 pull-ups. And then I do 5 squats right after. Oh, and since it's like a little bit later in the day, I'm actually kind of able to get pretty low, but because it's for skating, I actually need my squats to get really low to the ground to absorb the impact that I'm gonna experience with skateboarding. And then from here, I usually wait a minute, jam into some music, jam into some tunes. I have these little things here for push-ups. Honestly, I probably should do it without these things, because I swear the other day I just did normal push-ups and I was like, wait, these are harder? Because I think when you grip, it makes push-ups seem less intense because you're focused on the grip, but it's not, your upper body, I think, gets the same experience. And then usually I wait a minute, but since I'm filming right now and I want you to see it, I do 10 push-ups. Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. I repeat that whole thing 4 more times. I knock out 50 push-ups. I only do sets of 3 pull-ups. I need to do more, but I'm a skateboarder. I've only worked out my legs my whole life. So my upper body is way behind, but it's also like if I focus just on weight training, I'm sure I can make a lot of improvement really fast. But you know, for me right now, I'm still focused on learning skateboard tricks. But we're gonna do this for a little bit, set up a new skateboard, go skate. I think now I'm finally feeling the flow of the day. I'm excited. Right now we're about to set up an entirely new complete. This board feels good and it felt fine and I thought it could last a while. I thought the whole setup could last a while, but something has been off and I don't know what specifically it is. I think it might be the trucks. The bushings are starting to bust a little bit, but it just feels bad. Like when I go down to bend and try a trick, everything feels off. And I used to get made fun of a lot. Other friends would test on my boards and be like, dude, why does your board feel so terrible? And I think it's just because I leave certain things on for a long time, like the bearings especially. I just will not get rid of bearings and my body will just adjust to really slow bearings. And then people will step on it and be like, this doesn't make any sense. So I guess I'll go through the setup because people always ask. But the thing is, skateboards are similar to how I hear painters describe what it is to be a painter, which is like, the brush doesn't matter. They literally just order brushes off Amazon and they're like, how did I paint this immaculate piece? I just used like whatever paintbrush. Skateboards are similar. Like if you just have a professional skateboard, one of a certain quality, since most of the skateboards kind of come from the same manufacturing, you're gonna be good regardless. Now, this is something that I do that a lot of people don't do, but I actually cut a line on the tail. This is like a very, very beginner thing where people are like, I don't know, usually people are too good to do this. But for me, I like to have a very obvious line. Like I don't like a second of having to look at the bottom of the board. What up, G? How you living, man? I couldn't find a parking lot, so I just took my shit to a skate park. I never find good flat. Like, dude, it's kind of hard in LA.
It's perfect. It's like the most perfect flat.
Dude, I did the craziest thing. I was on the way here. I ended up in this parking lot, followed the map, and then I realized it just took me around this whole place back to here. And I was like, wait. And I was like, why are all these locked? It was the same one. Like, yeah. Brain spasm. Yeah, for sure. I could tell like when I was driving, I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here, but fucking I'm already like this far, you know? Yeah, they're not saying shit like that. But like parkour athletes are like, they're like, we're training, we're athletes, like this shit, which it is, I mean, for sure. But like, but then they compare themselves to skating and I'm like, that's kind of the element that I think pushes us further is we're sort of like the anti-sport and parkour is just trying to be like a sport. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe you could lean a little into what we do and be more like, yes, look, we don't care about sport, you know, but we do.
I feel like the European parkour scene is more like skateboarding.
Total, yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So like London-based scenes are like...
Bro, you know about this shit. That's so funny. That's so funny. That dude's awesome. He was one of the first people to that I met actually when I moved to LA. And he was like, don't leave anything in your car. And that just rings true every single time I'm anywhere doing anything. But we're getting pretty close. That whole conversation we had, the whole time I was just like slowly setting up my board. And I was able to get most of it done. I don't like this process, but I understand how spoiled it is to be like, I hate setting up brand new free skateboards. It's a wonderful, wonderful problem. But this is actually one of my pro models. It's like a Mega Man style. I probably shouldn't say that because of copyright, but it's kind of that theme. And yeah, I don't know. I think I'm like running out of decks. I should probably hit up Revive and say what's up. But I might as well go through it now and then I'll just set it up off film because it's a little noisy. I'm skating Force Wheels, which is also the wheel company that I'm sponsored by. And then I'm testing out Thunder Team Hollows, 1 millimeter tall OG team base plates, quick turn response guaranteed for life. I forgot, I think these are size like 140, yeah, polished 147. Team Hollow trucks, Thunders. They got the red bushing if you want to see something exact. And I think for the hardware, I think I literally brought too big of hardware. So I might have to swap out the hardware from my other board, which would suck. I brought these rails, but now that I'm like about to skate, I kind of don't feel like going through the process of putting these on, but I should. We'll see. If you see me with rails in a second, that means I was responsible. I think I have to put on the rails. I am gonna put on the rails. I just think I have this bad mindset for putting on rails because they only last as long as the board do. They're not super expensive, and like, I'm so used to breaking boards so fast that it feels like a waste, but it's like an extra, you know, it's maybe the price of the bearings, and it gives you a significantly different experience actually while skating. So I don't know why, like, I think it's just because I don't like setting up skateboards enough that I'm like, I want to be done as fast as possible. So I'm going to put on rails, and I'm going to try to put on rails from now on. I'm going to try to buy some extra ones because it really is like, I definitely appreciate having rails because it essentially makes you slide on sticky obstacles without feeling like they're sticky at all. So for my flat rail, it's perfect because it's gonna slide. Wood still has a bit of non-friction to it. Friction? Yeah, it has a bit of friction. And rails kind of gets rid of the friction altogether. The rails are on the board. Actually looks really good with the black. The problem is that some of the screws sort of stripped. So if you like strip the ones on the end and they start flapping up, oh, it's gonna be like the worst sounding experience. You may as well just take them off. New trucks, new wheels, new bearings, everything. I'm gonna roll really smoothly. The deck's gonna feel great. The only thing with new setups that's difficult is actually having the trucks. But I'm kind of used to new trucks now because I've been testing out so many different ones that I think I actually like the feeling of new trucks. But let's warm up on the flat rail. All right. Oh, wow, that feels so loose. See, that's the thing with rails. Didn't wax the rail or anything. I just went straight for it. I slid so well. Oof, the new trucks felt so loose. Oh my God. That's why with every new board, you see people go like this so much because you have to get the bushings to stiffen up. And I don't know how the science works, but the more you do this, the more the bushings stiffen. So I literally just have to go back and forth like, I should have done this beforehand, but it's all good. Look at that. We're getting there. I think I can already feel them hardening up a little bit. But for right now, when it's this loose, it's hard to aim anything, like even a 50-50. Oh my God, that is really sticky. But this is perfect, even though it's super bright, so I might have to move things over a little bit. I can just drop it on this. I don't even have to push. I can just go for whatever trick. Whoa, those rails work really well. I think it's probably best if I go this way, even to skate the rail, just because when the sun's coming right at me, there's like light rays blinding me. So I'm probably gonna skate the same direction as the actual box, which is already set up perfectly. So maybe I'll just, this is my thought process. I'm literally like, what should I skate first? I can pick and choose as I warm up. Crazy, I haven't skated this box since I've moved to California, I'm pretty sure. Wow. Feels good though. Everything feels fine. Everything's fine. Ooh, that grinded smoothly. Ooh. There we go. See, everything's not moving either. I like that. I like that the box actually typically has a problem. Oh, yeah, it moves a little bit. Actually, it moves a lot. I need to get something to put under the box so it stops moving like that. It's so annoying. It's actually not like the best built box, but the actual sliding part is just so good. Yeah, that feels great. Huh. God, see, it's so loose already. Like, oh my God. Look at that. It's just like, there we go. Just barely like touch it and it rotates. It's super annoying. I don't know. Just keep skating for a little bit, see how it feels. Oh, it feels so bad. Huh. Yeah, these new trucks are gonna take a bit to get used to. Wow, these trucks are so loose, dude. Look at that. I'm like almost getting wheel bite. I will say, I've been going between Thunders and Slappy trucks, and Slappy trucks adjust way quicker than Thunders do. With the Thunders, like I'm actually about to tighten it, which is like the big no-no when you start with new trucks. Usually you wanna just like make sure they're tight before making any adjustments. But I can't even wait. Like, this is too much. Way too much. All right. Did a half turn on each. See? Yeah, that does feel better. It's just like the fact that I'm missing tail slides. That's what's making me sad. Feels good. Didn't actually move that time. I think I have it on a good location now, but might be better if I skate it backside. Also, this ground, this is gonna sound really pathetic coming from me. It's actually really sticky. It's like not the best flat ground, weirdly. There we go, it's feeling good. Okay, move a couple of these things, AKA rocks. Kinda wanna do a kickflip no slide today, even though I told myself I would never do that trick again. But eventually it'd be cool to do no slide big spin or 270 shove, whatever people wanna call it. Like that, except with a kickflip in it. It'd be fun. Actually felt good. All right, let's see what the kickflips look like. That's fine. All right. Let's try to start the backtail adventure too. Backtails are solid. Also want to do a kickflip backtail big spin. Man, I don't know. I really don't like this surface. I'm tempted to put this on the stage up there where it's smoother, because they like built that concrete. This is the concrete that was already here. It sounds so lame though. It's tempting. Oh my God, it's so loose. That surprised me, man. All right, I'm gonna go test up here real quick to see how smooth it is. I feel very claustrophobic here. I think I'm gonna maybe go look at the spot that homie recommended. Let's see how far it is. All right. If we do backtail big spin first try, I feel like that's a good sign. It's just the front tails felt so bad that it like, I don't know. Tail slides usually feel really good, so. Oh God, we'll see. Cause I gotta do a kickflip backtail big spin. I don't know about today. I just feel, oh man. Stop complaining, just do it. See, yeah, the ground's so sticky. I gotta do such a good big spin for it to work. Ugh, hate sticky ground. Like the thing about sticky ground, it's worse than, the thing about sticky ground, it's worse than rough ground. Because even rough ground slides. Like sticky ground can be smooth and just trick your ass. How you living? What's up?
Cool ass little fun box.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
It's been good.
What's up, bro?
John.
Andy.
Andy?
Andy.
Eclair.
Manny? John. Nice to meet you. What is it?
Eclair.
Eclair? Nice to meet you, man. I'll take it. How are the kickflips today? Come on. I don't know. The kickflips feel off. Everything feels off. Dude, see that? I get hit on the way up. I'm not like prepared for a kickflip yet. See? Oh, it feels so bad. Huh. Is it me? What's going on? Look at that, dude. It's so bad. I'm doing a kickflip 50, by the way. Like, this is an easy trick. Man, I don't know what's going on with me recently. It's been so off. Look at that. I'm like barely getting up there. Damn near missing my pop, too. There we go. That kickflip actually felt good. Okay. Moving along. Dude, I do not like how this feels. I don't know, man. It feels so off. I hate the way I'm coming from the shade into the sun and jeez, just complaining about everything, this dude. Look at that. I'm literally not even getting up there. At least with kickflip backtail, I don't have to pop the kickflip as high. Take it. So shit. All right, kickflip backtail. Dude, I hate this. My thigh is hurting, like, I don't know. This is why I quit skating like a little while ago. I was having a day like this, and I was just like, why? What's the point of this? It just hurts. It feels so stupid too. Like, to have to start over with a lot of tricks feels horrible. I hate how these trucks feel right now. Holy shit, dude, I hate them. So loose. I'm trying. All right. God, this feels shit. Look at that, dude. I'm not, like the timing is so off because it's so loose. Like when I go to pop, the board is not on the right axis. Frustrating. Got into it, but I was going 1 mile an hour. Hey, all good. Whew. Here, let's change our mindset now and see if it helps. I am positive. Positively positive. Okay, I mean, at least I'm getting into it. I'm gonna put on a hat too because I need to cut my hair. Maybe if I just keep going, work past the frustration, especially the initial frustration. I think if you know when it's time to leave, sometimes it's just time to leave though. Okay, got the hat on. Let's go. Look at that, terrible. All right. Look at that. I fucking hate that, dude. Look at that, dude. What is this? Like some days you just do something like kickflip back tail is not a hard trick. Some days I have a good day where I can do it every try. This part feels sketchy as fuck too. Look at that, dude. I can't even. This is like gonna make me quit skating for a couple weeks again. It's just a shit feeling. This park is so sketchy, dude. Just like lurkers. I hate it, dude. I hate sketchy parks. All I need to do is get the timing of my kickflip right. That's literally it. Just do it. Good timing kickflip. Look at that. What is that? Is it because I'm hitting the crack? Like, how could I possibly do that with all this experience I've gained over the years? Whew. Look at that, dude. This is actually like, I cannot stand. This is what I was saying though. Like I knew that I was gonna be this way skating. That's why I was like not feeling good at the beginning. I knew this would be a problem. Wow. Like, not being able to kick back tail this is like, that's a lot. I'm trying to have more of my foot on the board. I just need to get better with the timing. Pop, flick fast, make sure I pop hard. Yeah, that's good. I just need to turn my legs more, which all it requires is having more faith in myself. It's like I didn't have the expectation of getting into it, so I didn't turn it the way I should have. Believe in yourself, pop hard, flick fast, slide. Look at that, and then I miss everything. Miss the pop, miss the flick, completely miss the slide. See if we can make up for it this try. Like, so funny, like when I don't feel right, everything, like skateboarding is milliseconds. It's like, if you miss the pop by a millisecond, you miss the trick completely. Look at that, me, dude. Genuinely so frustrating, like, can't even explain. Like how many kickflip back tails I've done in the years? Thousands at this point. I show up to the park and I can't even do one. Like, I know it's supposed to lower my expectations, especially now, because I've been struggling a bit with skating, but even then, it's like, come on, this low? Look at that. God, man, what in the world? I feel horrible. Look at that. What is that? I mean, that's like a different skater. And this is genuinely like a horrible, I can't even explain it. It's like the worst session I've had in a very long time. Very, very depressing. I have to do this trick now before I leave though. It could take all day. Look at that. Could literally be here all day. Trying a trick that I can do every try. That's awesome. Like this is where I feel like I should just Hail Mary tricks, because it's like, well, if they're all gonna be hard, might as well do something worthwhile. Look at that. What in the, I can tell, like, my board just needs to get like 6 inches. I can't even kickflip 6 inches. Even though I'm flat, I can kickflip 1.5 feet, easy. It's like the box is distracting me. Horrible. Essentially doesn't count. Didn't mean to go to fakie either, so that's cool. Gotta calm down. The madder I get, the harder it gets too. Like, how many of these do I need to do before I can just do them every try? Look at that. What is, like, you see when I go to pop, the board rotates like that? Oh my God, I hate new trucks. I was just talking about how I got used to new trucks. Slappies are great out the box, Thunders are not. So difficult to get used to at first. Look at that, dude. Oh my God. You're like watching me have a meltdown in real time. And what sucks at this point is if I land a cable back tail, I'll feel nothing. I'll get no sense of joy or pleasure or anything out of it because I should have already landed it. Another shit one. It's okay. And as the trucks get tighter though, they are gonna get better. I mean, that's something I can look forward to. Look at that, see, my trucks are so loose or whatever that I should have rolled away and I stopped. I could tell it was gonna happen too. I was like, why are they going down so low? All right, try one more. I'll just tighten my trucks. Screw the rolls. Look at that. I'm gonna roll my fucking ankle too. Like, imagine that. Like, I'm gonna break these trucks. I'm gonna tighten them so tight right now. Okay. Like, how tight do they need to go? I'm skating like Nyjah right now. Like, I'm not even able to turn. Just get the timing right. That's all you need. Why am I stopping? It's so bizarre. I'm literally stopping when I go to pop. It's like that little crack is stopping me. Come on, man. God. Oh my God, dude. Calm down. Okay. You want to scream, you want to break things. If there's someone who just walked in the park, you want them to feel like it's a safe space. Even though I really feel like he should just move on, stop watching. Oh my God, another shitty one. Just keep doing bad ones over and over and over. This is not hard. Come on, man, move on. Dude, it's just standing there. All right. Wow. Another terrible attempt. Why is my board turning left, you ask? Nature. There we go, he's moving on. Get it, yes sir. There we go. That was literally what I was like trying to do. Still gonna do another one. but I just wanted it like that. Look at that. Look at my body posture. Like everything's so disgusting. Ah. There we go. That's good. I'm gonna watch the video because I want to see if this angle works. I might have to move it. Look at that. Okay, now we're back to square one. Good. See, like I'm trying to create a mind space of no expectations, but we are literally back to square one. I am not able to kickflip a foot. That is sad. Look at that. That's awesome. Man, it's funny. In some things, practice makes perfect in skating. It just makes me suck. Almost. Yep, that's it. What a good time we're having today. That's all fine, I think. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're good.
John Hill?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Holy shit.
How you living, dog? What's up?
Bro.
Oh yeah, appreciate you. Sorry, yeah, I'm filming. That's why I'm like talking to myself. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, nice to meet you. There we go. First try. Like, I'm telling you, kickflip back tail fakie, easier than kickflip back tail to regular. Kickflip back tail shove, easier than both. Don't know why. Kickflip back tail big spin, way harder than all of them. Well, I am completely defeated. Yeah, that was rough. That was very rough. I can't end on a loss though. Take out my headphones. I don't know why I'm listening to music with other people at the park. Just so zoned in. I'm gonna grind this hubba though. Oh my god, that grind's so good. Grind the hubba. I don't know. Try to do some basic tricks so I don't feel like a complete failure and everything. Feels fine. 180 over my box. I'm gonna tail slide the hubba. I might as well. Hopefully it slides. If it sticks, I'll be super stoked. But at least just get some basic tricks. Oh my god, it feels shit. I'll wax my board. I was like, if I have to put enough effort in to actually wax my board to skate this, I'm not gonna skate it. But I feel like I'm in this deep and I feel like I need some win. Sounds like a Korean name, some win. Wax my tail. So that people don't get mad at me at the skate park for waxing the hubba. Even though no one's skating it, but still. Gotta be respectful. All right, dude, here we go. Waxing that tail. And then I secretly put some of it on the hubba. There we go. That'll slide. Oh my god, shit. There we go. That worked. Ooh. So much tougher going to regular. Tail slide for everyone I've ever met. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was sick though. Wow, that's crazy. Ooh, it's a little sticky actually. Oh my god. Huh. Oh, it's terrible. Barely ollie right now. Damn it, too slow. Oof. Fuck. Damn, that was gnarly. Oh. Oh, it slid, wow. I knew that was gonna happen. glitch in the matrix. There we go. Just land the second trick. I'll take it. That's fine. Oh! Just pile drive the board into my ankle. I'll keep it. That's good, actually. All right, switch back to flip. Woo! That was fine. Maybe one more. Dude, I'm actually like sliding it. I never do that with this trick. Like where I land on the tail and then kind of pivot the rest of it. I've never been able to do that, and somehow I'm doing it. It's pretty cool. It actually feels really sick. Switch flip back nose blunt? What in the world? Ridiculous. Oh my God, my wheel just flat spotted. Legit. That's great. Broke 2 boards in 2 days. Ruined these wheels in 1 day. Oh my God. What is happening, dude? Take it. Yeah. Get it. See, he's gonna land it right here on the way out. Let's see if he's a liar. Hey. You got it. Later on, G. How's it going, man? Yeah. I'm dead. Yeah, you too, man. Yeah, good luck. Obviously, that session could have gone a lot better. It was nice, actually, at the end when I just turned off my brain of what I'm telling you. Life is genuinely about, like, you know, you have these expectations, you get rid of these expectations, and then life is a lot calmer and easier. I swear that's just how it always is. Because like every time I go into the park being like, I have to do a kickflip back tail big switch. I have to do, I mean, I didn't feel comfortable the entire time. Like something about that run up, something about like, I guess it wasn't my board. I literally was like, oh, it was my last board. The reason that everything felt off. I don't think that was the case. I think it was just me. Ever since I got back to skateboarding after taking that long break, everything has felt really bad. Like I've just felt super off, but at least we got the tricks and you know, skating up the Euro gap, doing the switch backside flip, switch flip, getting a flat spot. I really have to clear that or change out my wheels already, just set them up today. It's unfortunate, yeah. I've really, I don't know, I'm having these like weird finicky issues with a lot of things. And this is one reason why like everything else seems a bit easier in life. Like now that I do parkour and illustration, art, all this stuff, it's so funny that like everything else just kind of works in life. Skateboarding is the weirdest thing because it's like, it's just this thing that doesn't matter how good you get at it. You can just wake up the next day and barely be able to do it. It's really, really weird. But when it comes to something like working out, like it's just a slow progress, slow build. Sometimes it's nice to just be like, hey, if you do this thing, like you'll get better. But there's just certain things where that doesn't really work the same way. And I don't know, with how good of days skateboarding can have, they also have very bad days. And that's why you have to sort of have, at least in my case, other things in life that sort of balance that out and are more, more practical, things that have good results if you work hard. And yeah, skating's just it's just a weird thing sometimes, but let's move on. Trying to force myself to stay home because this is the point where, this is the awkward part of the day where it's like still beautiful and bright outside. So I'm tempted to just go like, I don't know, I feel like when it's California though, you basically can always be outside. So then you feel like you're always missing out in a way if it's like bright and beautiful and you're stuck inside. But our house, it actually feels kind of like outside. It's like we have that back house, we have a backyard. It's like a smaller house with windows. So it feels great in here. But for some reason, I've always had this weird, this is like probably something I should talk to a therapist about, but I have this weird thing with home. Like if you follow my YouTube channel, you used to watch my old vlogs. I have such a problem staying in one place or staying inside a place. Like I think in all of my older videos, I was constantly, where's my peanut butter? Oh yeah. I was constantly moving around all the time. And I was like, yeah, it's for the vlogs. I'm trying to keep it interesting, but it was also for me. Like there's just this weird part of me that can never be home. I feel like I'm secretly probably a nomad. Like I just need to be different places all the time. And I've realized recently, especially with the move to California, that, you know, my
anxiety and neuroses and depression and everything just kind of kept up with me when I traveled. And then I realized, oh, there is no place that saves you from feeling overwhelmed. So that's all within. So that's actually like my biggest thing that I've been having to face and deal with. And I think with sessions like that, the reason I get so bent out of shape is because to me, it's like, you know, I go skate and that should be my moment of relief. And that's what skateboarding should always be. It should be like a thing of fun. But for whatever reason, I've just put this insane pressure on myself with everything, not even just with skateboarding, with like, I want my art to be the best. I want this to be the best. I want this to be the best. And it's like, who am I comparing it to? It's like with skateboarding, unfortunately, I'm comparing it to myself. And I'm like, how am I worse than I was previously? But it's not that. It's like, with skateboarding and everything, you also have to face sometimes that certain tricks and certain things, like you can get good at everything, but you're gonna have to face the fact that some tricks might not be the one for you. Like you might not naturally have an like for me, I might not be a kickflip back tail kind of guy, but I could be a switchback Smith kind of guy, a switchback Smith variation kind of guy. And I also think P-Rod's like that. I think he can switch flip back tail better than he can back tail. And I think I'm probably similar, and I probably should have just expanded on my switch flip back tails, but I don't know. There's a skater called Mickey Papa. We talked about this. Well, we both go through the same thing where we feel like we have to go through every iteration of trick before we move on to a harder trick. And I think that's kind of the curse of life. Sometimes I think you do have a natural inclination towards something that actually might seem harder. So you should just go for the harder thing to kind of see where you stand with it. And if you just happen to be better at it, just move on to that and just move on to that bigger and better thing. So anyways, right now I'm trying to be more honest with like my feelings as well, because I want to express them and I want to be able to understand them better. And I don't really find myself in a good opportunity a lot often to think about it. When making these videos, I'm like, oh yeah, like talking something through it's a good feeling. And yeah, one of my big goals right now is just to get comfortable sitting at home. I don't know. It's just I have a car, I can go anywhere. And California really, even compared to Texas, like Texas, I found places that I could go to and it was like a good, like I really still enjoy the hell out of the idea of peace. Like I want calmness and I want to relax, but sometimes I don't want to be home. But in California, everywhere feels kind of anxiety inducing. It's like everywhere is a city, everywhere has people, everywhere there's something going on. And then you still have to deal with like a lot of what California brings. And it can just be sort of this tough thing being here. But yeah, turning my YouTube channel into a podcast, but also I think in my older videos too, I was always very like expressive and people would be like, oh my God, you're so positive. I love how positive you are. And it's like, it's funny how it works because I have this fundamental belief that anyone can do everything and that's great. And I genuinely still believe that. I guess that's where the positivity comes from. I think the negativity is trying to find value in essentially anything. Like I think if you kind of lose the idea of value with certain things, it can expand into other areas and that is very dangerous. You don't want to be someone who just sees or is indifferent to everything that exists. So that's my battle. That's my current internal battle. And I just kind of physically keep moving and it keeps me excited. Like if I wake up and I genuinely don't do anything, I think I'm in a much more dangerous situation. So luckily I'm the kind of person who, through no matter what mental state I'm going through, I seem to be able to function physically just fine. Like I can move around, I can do things, and then I can just fight the demons internally when I need to. But right now, making a shake. This is actually my lunch. I'm probably gonna eat some snack or a bar to go along with it. Yeah, I really fill this up. Like this is a giant shake, but I've been trying to sort of cut my calories. And drinking something like this for lunch, even though it might not be as filling as I would like, I'd like to be full. I wanna eat all the time. Like I'm secretly a very big fat boy, but I'm trying to limit it. And if I ever exceed my calorie intake, then I usually go for a walk. I usually do some more bike riding. I do some more working out. Like I just kind of keep going. So that's it. That's my shake part of the day. I'm gonna go grind this up, take an Eisen shower, and then I will show you what my shake looks like. It's purple and it's beautiful, like Barney. Dun, 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 dun. It's literally the same smoothie everyone makes on YouTube. Anytime you watch a day in the life, someone's like, yeah, I make a smoothie every day, and it's literally just this concoction. But man, it's so beautiful. Like the more bananas you put in it, that's the secret for the true creaminess. Makes it so incredible. Honestly, I enjoy this so much every single day. It's also sweet, so it's like a dessert. I'm gonna go for a walk, maybe a 30-minute one, and I thought before that, I should probably give this trick that I've been trying 20
good attempts because my arms can't really deal with any more than that. It's basically a climb up. It's a very, very important and somewhat basic trick in parkour that I just can't do. I'll try to show you an example. Let me get a little bit of music pumping in my ears, and then I'll show you what the first draft is gonna look like. It's not pretty, trust me. This is what happens when you don't train your upper body ever. So here we go. Oh, empty out my pockets. We're good, we're good. All right, so basically, well, let me make sure there's nothing at the top that's gonna cut my fingers. So this wall, well, it's really sharp on the edge, so it could actually cut my fingers, but it's really grippy as well. It has all this grip. It's gonna make it easier, but it's essentially like jumping and being like that. But the reason that was so much easier, and I still didn't do it well, is because the wall's super grippy and my feet are sticking to it. If it was a smoother wall, it's way harder. So you have to be able to do it really, really well so you can do it on any wall. The difficult part is you're supposed to go from this position to this position. So you have to go from here to here. And I just don't have the strength to do that. I don't have the explosive pull-up strength yet. But you have to practice the pull-ups on this. Like a regular pull-up bar has not really been preparing me very well for this. So from here to here, and then it's easy, like pushing up from here to here and just getting up the wall, it's not too bad. But that's the first rep. This is a perfect wall to try it on. It's giving me false confidence. So I'm gonna do 20 more, or 19 more. See, terrible. It's terrible because again, I'm going from here to here. I need to go from here to there. Like I'm like a foot off from actually doing it the way I should do it. And the problem with the way I do it, since I'm not getting all the way up there, I'm cutting my wrists. Like I'm on the edge like this and my wrists are sliding and it hurts. So it's like a really difficult one for me to learn because of how painful it can be. Believe it or not, that was better. Like as long as my wrists don't hit, it's better. I already have this cut on my hand that's continuing to bleed. See? And the reason I'm not actually going all the way up there is because the push-up itself, that's not the problem. The problem is the pull. The push-up I can do easily, so I don't really need to practice that. I mean, anyone can do the push-up pretty easily. It's just so hard to do an explosive pull-up. God, if the wall was smooth, like I would be going nowhere. That's 5. Okay, 15 more. Feels really good though. It actually is a really good workout. Like learning this is a whole different muscle. Like it's different than even a pull-up. I'm doing the push-up anyways, just because it's good. Good workout. Yeah, that one got my wrist. How do people do this? I'm also at the police department. Okay. Hand's already bleeding. Can't really see it, but I hate that I'm stepping on this stuff here. Can I start here? That's better. I mean, it's terrible, but it's better. Like if I can get my arms like more than a right angle, slightly obtuse, I'm juiced. Like even just that here, if I could do that, oh, I'd be so happy. It's a gnarly on the elbows too. Is that 7? Okay. 13 more. That's better. That was actually better. Bit my lip though, because I was trying so hard that I actually bit my lip. Whew. All right, 12 more. Here we go. Okay. It's funny because it's like, you know, they're already better now. Have 11 more. They're already better now than they were at the beginning. Make sure the audio is still covering. Yep. I think a lot of this has to do with like getting used to the technique of it too. If you're not doing them often, you don't really know like how to expect it. Like your body doesn't know how to react to a new type of workout. But if you do it every day, even if you're not good at it, you'll go ahead and move forward faster. Because your body's like, oh, I know that your arms are supposed to do this, 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 this. Wow. All right, 10 more. This is a really good workout. Whew. It's actually like burning me out pretty fast. Oh my Lord. Hope you're enjoying my random parkour trying to learn. Very, very tough for me, but better now than never. This is the thing where you're like, I'm too old to try to learn something new like that. I'm 30. And it's like that stupid Joe Rogan thing. Not that I care about that dude at all, but he was like, when did you start? Or he's like, oh, I'm too old to start. I can't think of the quote, but basically, if you don't start, you'll never start. You'll never learn. You didn't start when you were younger, so you might as well just do it now. All right. Oh, that was so much closer. That was actually way closer. I got like to there. If I could just get here, oh my God. Whew. I can't believe people do this on smooth walls. All right, 9 more. Dude, it's crazy. Like, I slipped even on this. Like the stickiest wall ever, and I slipped on it. Oh my God. Whew. Deteriorating fast. All right, 8 more. If I just do these 20 reps every day, I'll get it. Boom. Like that. But faster, way faster actually. All right, 7 more. Someone's about to walk by. I'm always looking forward to these interactions because I'm like, they're gonna walk behind the camera or in front of it and be like, excuse me, and I'll be like, oh, it's fine. All right, let's wait for it. They seemed really frantic. I do not think they wanted to be on camera. What did I say, 7 more? Okay. It's getting better. The grippy wall is really helping. Okay, 6 more. I'm doing this like one of those workout videos where I'm like, hey, work out with me. Let's do this. Only 6 more, guys. I do want my future workouts to eventually include like 10 parkour tricks. All right. Fuck, how many left? 5? Woo! Oh God, got some brick in my eye. That could be cocaine, that could be, aren't there a lot of things for bricks? Or is it just cocaine? Okay, 5 left. For every single homie except for you. You know who you are out there. But the rest of you, it's for you. Terrible. I mean, it's like good for me. Terrible for the way it should actually be executed, which is good. I sort of, obviously in this video you've probably seen I have a pretty bad negative talk. My battery died. My battery's working overtime today. All right, 4 left. Oh man, my elbows are dying. That's what it's hurting the most because they're so not used to just like having to. All right, 4 left. Oh God, that sucked. Like if I don't, oh man, that sucked. Like if I bounce on it, I'm basically just bouncing on a jagged edge. Whew, and it feels like it cuts this part of my fingers, which it does. My skin's getting kind of chopped up. So I kind of have to grab it well and then climb. There's also a cop driving by. I'm literally at a cop police station and he's watching me climb his walls. It's a little awkward. Okay. My God, I'm literally, this is so awkward. He's just right behind me. Okay, 3 more. All right, 2 more. Oh my God, a cop is literally driving into here right now. How you doing? Practicing like pull-ups on walls.
Okay. All right.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. You're filming it?
Yeah, I'm doing it for a video.
Okay.
Yeah.
If someone calls, we might have to come back and say, don't do it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I could also just stop doing it if it's...
It'd probably be better if you find another water.
Yeah, that's my...
Police station.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I literally had no idea. I was just...
Fire headquarters. So.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I was literally just walking on the sidewalk and I was like, I gotta practice these pull-up things. But all right, yeah, I'll dip out. No worries.
Thanks, brother.
Cool, of course, yeah. Oh, you know what the sketchiest part is? I parked where I shouldn't have parked. So hopefully they're not also like, hey, dude, is this your car? Damn it. I 100% knew it was a police station. I mean, let's be honest. Where are my keys? Shit. Okay, here we go. Let's see if they're looking at my car. They turned on their sirens right when I walked in. Okay, cool. So they're over there. Cool. I'm gonna pretend to walk out over here. Kind of keep an eye out. It's awkward if they see me like actually looking in. Okay, I'm gonna walk in there and just go for it. Let me shrink the legs on this tripod. This is hilarious. Like, 1 second. Oh my God, my arms hurt so bad I can barely close the tripod. It needs to be small because otherwise I'll be standing next to my car and they might have time to drive over. So watch how quick we do this. Oh my God, my arms hurt. I still have 2 left too. I'm glad I didn't do them because I think, all right. Okay, I see where they parked. I'm gonna walk quickly. It's so funny. He was like his face, he was not excited. Like he's like, what are you doing here? And then when I told him, you have to explain really nicely. This is what you do with cops too. Like with skating, you don't ever try to like pretend you're not doing the thing you're doing. You just go like, I'm just skating. You just like make it seem what it is, which is not a thing that is actually bad or obtrusive. Skating is just, it's a piece of wood. It's not actually messing anything up really, so. All right, I think we're good. I think we're in the clear. Okay, so from here, it's so funny. He's like, yeah, probably shouldn't be doing this at a cop. Oh my God, my arms are just short. I can barely turn my steering wheel. Whew. All right, well, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go for a walk, maybe like an hour or so. It's gonna get dark while I'm doing it, but see you back at the crib. I may be discovering something new about myself. First of all, this area is cool, Burbank Town Center. Lots of nice little places, but I think I may be becoming a night person rather than a morning person, which I've been my entire life. I usually wake up early, and then I hustle like all the people out there say. But I'm starting to feel like I might be switching to what my wife is, which might not be very productive because then we'd both be waking up and sleeping at the same time and just hanging out the entire time while we're awake. But I might test it out tonight, try to stay up late, see if I can get into a flow, see if I can go to sleep at like 1 a.m. and then wake up at like 9 to see if I just have more energy in the day. So that might be my next test trial to see if I'm a night person. Who knows? Yay, we get to hear my cat meow. So one reason I sort of avoid being home a lot actually is because for whatever reason, my cat's meows are like the most triggering thing in the world. I have no idea where that stems from, but he screams constantly. And I remember on the form that we got that talked about him, it was like, he's a very talkative cat. And I was like, oh, that shouldn't be a problem. And then for whatever reason, it like activates some weird trauma inside me that I don't know. I think when I talk, he's quiet though. So I basically just need to talk to myself all the time or just film all the time, keep him calm. But anyways, I'm not sure if that really matters because right now we're gonna do this. We're gonna move on to finish up the push-ups and the pull-ups because I try to do 100 push-ups at least. And then I guess technically that would be what, 30 pull-ups? And then cook dinner and then clean and then just basically do a lot of stuff. I need dry food too. But yeah, it's only 6 p.m. Still a little sleepy. Trying to show today as realistic as possible. It's not the most glamorous or exciting life, I think, but I'm slowly getting back into the fold. I think I really, really suffered a little bit right when we moved to California, and I could feel myself healing just a little bit. And it was fun creating earlier too, so hopefully I can end the night with a lot of deep creative work and my whole dream of waking up late tomorrow because now I'm a night person has been canceled because I just remember that I pick up my brother at the airport LAX at 9 a.m. Like the worst possible time that he could arrive. He's such a jerk.
Just kidding. It's no big deal, really. I'll just wake up early and go in that area and hang out before the traffic picks up. And then once the traffic picks up, I'll have to drive him home. So it's not a big deal. All right, let's see if my elbow snaps on impact from these push-ups. Whew, because my arms are so dust from the... Oh, no, push-ups are fine. Ooh. It's funny because my elbows are actually popping. 5 squats, the first ones are always pretty embarrassing. Oh! Man, it's crazy listening to my knees pop like that. Oh my Lord. Okay, 1 minute. And then we'll do the pull-ups. Oh man, don't tell my brother. But I'm gonna take this stuff, put it inside the house. He's like a workout fiend. He's much bigger and stronger than I am because he doesn't have skateboarding to distract him from being fit. Just kidding. But he's just a big and strong dude. Super, super strong actually, and he's been boxing. So knowing him, he'll be like, we should do a boxing class. And I'm gonna be like, I'd rather die. No offense, no, I'm just kidding. That actually sounds pretty fun. But I think boxing with him here might be kind of fun. We used to spar as Taekwondo kids with both black belts. Not a big deal. Clearly it translates as an adult. Just kidding. But you know, I've always been a very physical dude, especially with my legs. And I want to continue that as an adult. So let's see how these pull-ups feel. I'm only doing reps of 3, so it can't really be too tragic. All right, come on, elbows. There we go. Actually felt more explosive after the workout from earlier. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna call it. For the camera, I'll see you inside. We're gonna cook dinner, but I got 4 more of those reps. We'll be done. I pretty much eat the same dinner at least 5 nights a week, I would say. It's a very nostalgic dinner. It's not only delicious and actually really good for you, but it makes me very happy. There's something about it that just feels very comforting, I think, with life feeling very chaotic. Obviously, as you've heard through this, I'm overwhelmed very easily, which is hilarious that I do so many things that cause overwhelm. I think I may be the only person in history who's like, you know, success is on the other side of comfort. This is on the other side. Happiness is, you know, and it's like, I think I've pushed it a little too far. I think I go a little too hard sometimes. So having these dinners are, it's nostalgic, it's delicious, but it's basically 2/3 cup of rice. I cook a little bit of tempeh, jalapenos with gochujang sauce, which is like this red paste sauce in Korea, and then kimchi. And apparently fermented foods are all the rage in these health nut humans, which I think it's getting a little too far. It's so funny because, you know, when Andrew Huberman came out, I think everyone was like, oh, I love this. This dude is amazing. We all love Andrew Huberman. And then it became like, these titles were like, why you shouldn't breathe. And it's like, why you shouldn't eat digestible food. Like it started just getting so up there where it was, you know, it was I don't want to call it fear mongering, but you know, if you're a YouTuber or a creator and you're like, oh my God, we got paid, you know, whatever, $10,000 for that video instead of, you know, $100, it's tempting to alter the title a little bit to match that, but it's also tempting to cover subjects that give you that kind of money. But I think anyone can become a victim of it. I don't think anyone's above it. So I think even Huberman may have gotten a bit of a taste of that. And sometimes his stuff is just so over that it's like, you won't believe what happens when you drink a cup of water, or, you know, drinking cup or water from faucets, which I guess has always kind of been a thing, and how the science points to the fact that it's going to kill you and your kids or whatever. And I'm like, I think this whole world of over-optimization right now might have gone a little overboard, especially because I listened to a podcast the other day of someone just going on and on about all these things they were trying. I wanted to optimize this. I wanted to optimize this. And it sounds like they sort of had a similar issue with me where it's like, you know, you have these mental health issues and then your new religion sort of becomes, how can we optimize me in every possible way? I heard a quote the other day of someone saying that everyone has a religion. You know, mine I think is veganism, essentially. I think that's sort of the thing that I seem to think about a lot. I try not to preach about it ever or talk about it, but it's just something that sits in my head really heavily, and it's also something that you may be ostracized about in a deep way, or you can find a really deep community about it. So everyone has religion, and I really think like human optimization has become that thing for a lot of people, which there could be worse things, but I think people sort of they pick up diets that destroy this one section of their body. Then they find this other diet that sort of completely alters everything. And I think people are inadvertently becoming very unhealthy trying to optimize themselves. I think things are really, really, really simple. And if you ever hear people who are like the best at the thing they do, like these crazy bodybuilders, these, whatever, these people who are just super actually good and like, it's been recorded that they're really good at what they do. Usually it's really simple. It's like, oh, I just eat well and I exercise a lot. Like I practice the thing a lot. Like, I don't know. Depends what you want to do. I think if you want to be like a huge Chad bodybuilder, like Chris Bumstead, Bernstead, whatever, I'm a fan. Yeah, maybe you have to do all the extra stuff, but let's do all the other stuff. My rice is cooking. I have errands to do in the meanwhile while it's cooking. Let's get to it. Today we have a major upset. I don't have seaweed. That is not great. Seaweed is also super good for you, even though I get the snacky kind, so maybe that's less good for you, but we'll have to just not use anything to wrap the rice. Tragic, I may say, myself. My arms are dead. Oh man, I have a lot more boring things to do that I probably won't showcase as much just because it really, just lots of tediousness. I have to get this house ready for my brother tomorrow. But this is the point where I usually watch something, some good content. I might actually watch, I don't even know. I'm literally watching a Trash Taste episode right now and I'm like, you know what? That might be fine. Because everything else I want to watch, it's like, subbed. Like I have to watch these shit. Like I'm watching Monster, I'm watching Midnight Diner, I'm watching Bloodhound. It's a Korean show. I want to watch Pluto. There's so much stuff I want to watch actually. Bloodhounds is Korean. It's a little brutal too, and like eating brutality. But I think it might be worth it. But I have to read. So like when I look down, I'm like going like this, trying to read the subtitles quickly. But I'm gonna get on with my dinner. This is it. Kimchi. Boom, 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 boom. I wish I had seaweed, but I don't. See you soon. Oh my God, I think my arms might be a little too sore to do my traditional workout. Oh man. Those climb ups really got me. All right, let's at least try this. These are both 45 pounders. Obviously not too much. Oh my God, I'm gonna break the mic in my pocket with this thing. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So funny, like I can barely take it to my knee afterwards. I'm really gonna break this thing in my pocket too if I do this wrong. All right, and then I wait a minute. Then I do another rep. In terms of this workout, it's definitely not near as intense as a workout should be. I think it's because, I go through the process of the day, I do a lot of physicality. It's just like something that I know I'll do. So it's like these, oh man, I'm a little tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. I think I'm just exhausted from everything today. It's been kind of a long day. Okay. Whew. All right, I just did one rep. I'm like exhausted. I think it's just because I drink a little bit of soju too, which is a bad idea. When I watch a K-drama, it's hard not to take this out. Like listen to music while trying to speak at the same time. All right. Let's do this. Even someone who's as weak as I am can work out. I'm actually not that bad. I mean, all right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you're probably thinking, dude, you're really weak. I gotta stop acting insecure about this. It's so funny when I hear other people who are like self-deprecating or insecure about things, it annoys the hell out of me. And then I find myself doing the same thing. I'm actually really proud of the progress I've made physically. I can actually see it in footage too. I've always been very, very scrawny. I think me and another YouTuber, Sam Tabor, he's a skateboarder as well. We ride for the same company. He used to be so skinny, and seeing him bulk up recently has been really, really, really inspiring. He's actually getting, you know, he actually, I think he looks kind of similar to me, but he has to work out pretty consistently. I think he does like 3 classes a week where he has somebody call in. For me, I have to do everything on my own. I would love to actually start hiring some courses for some things. I think learning Korean would be an amazing person to talk to every day, because to learn a language, you genuinely, I think, have to speak to someone who's native to the language just consistently. I think even if it's not helping you much and they're not like actually trying to teach you, just that conversation of attempting it, I think is more productive than however many Pimsleur classes you can do. Definitely Duolingo, which is terrible. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I just do 3 reps of those, and then I change these. These weights are the ones where you can like twist it into a different weight. My wife bought them. They're super expensive. And then I turn them into 25 pounds, and then I do bicep curls. Oh man. Like going from the food, I don't know why I did that. I ate so much. Not really, I ate my normal meal, but I've been adding because I go out. I'm so physical that I'm so hungry. But if I could just eat a little bit less, I know that it would sit in my stomach and I'd be fine. Anyways, how's your life? How's everything going? I'm actually interested. Wow, maybe this is finally the meta of doing a vlog that's this long, is that it finally switches around. Like I'm like, send me your vlog. Here, let me do these real quick. All right, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Whew. Anyways, how's your life? How's everything going? I feel like you're probably working out as well, because right now working out is all the craze. Everybody's trying to be really healthy, and I think it's a fun thing to watch. What are your hobbies? What are you into? I remember one time this kid came up to me. This is so crazy. I guess crazy, you're not supposed to say that anymore. This is so wild. Somebody was going to the college in Texas, runs up to me in an empty parking lot while I was skating, and he was like, dude, you inspired me to do this and this, and I was like, cool, because usually I just think, okay, that's, like, I don't know the extent, right? Pulls out his phone, and he had queued up a video that I had essentially talking about chasing your dreams. Like, it was just like, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen if you go and do something that's kind of wild and you pursue the thing that you want to do every single day or something like that? And yeah, he ended up like moving to Texas to go to the college to do a violin or something because I said that. And I'm like, all right, let me do these reps real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a feeling these bicep curls do not look very good. This is probably why you need a coach. Whew, 1 more rep. But I thought it was amazing. I mean, that's the thing. I think even for myself, you know, I give all this advice on YouTube, and I've kind of been holding back from it a little bit because it's like, I haven't felt the best mentally. And it's like, what kind of advice am I allowed to give if I'm someone who also is struggling in a way that other people, I don't want them to struggle, right? So maybe my advice might accidentally lead them down a similar road that I'm in right now, where I'm having these mental health issues. But even today, just being productive, you know, you always feel yourself getting like an inch out of the hole, an inch out of the hole, an inch out of the hole. That's always the goal. And I think, unfortunately right now, the world romanticizes sort of like victimhood in a sense, romanticizes feeling bad. And I think people sometimes when they feel bad, they get excited about it. They're like, oh my God, I feel those problems everybody's talking about. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And now I'm turning this into, 40 pounder. This is the hardest one by far for me. Oh. doing tricep press. Is that what it's called? Overhead press. These are so hard for me. And I know you're supposed to do them like where you don't put your elbows that far down. For some reason, it helps me for my elbows to go down. That's probably the point. It's harder. This is probably too heavy for me, but I can do it. I just look insane trying it. I'm like towards the end, you'll see me probably really, really, really shaky. Oh man, I am so beat. I think I was at the skateboard for probably 30 minutes longer than I should be too. It's all good. That's the thing. What do they say? A tired person is a happy person typically. It's like a dog. We're just like dogs. Like if we just wear ourselves out, we usually feel a lot better, especially I think in terms of working out when it's kind of rare for us. And I think that's why people are so into it, because the more mental health is prevalent in the community, I think the more people who are trying to fix it. And I think fitness has helped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that one is so much harder than the other two. Honestly, that should probably be a 35. It's a 40 each. And that's tough for me. Woo! Oh man, it's so funny trying to get strong at 33 years old. I think I've been working out pretty consistently for about a year now. When I was 24, I arm wrestled my cousin who was 12, and he beat me, which is insane. But yeah, he beat me. But to be fair, that is one of the strongest kids in the world. Like he's potentially going to be in the Olympics for gymnastics. Oh, at least I think he's doing like a training for it, which is amazing because that kid has had it rough. Oh man, my nephews, my family. Wow, that's probably a can of worms I should never open. But whew, it's been tough. Definitely leads to a lot of these issues that people in my family face like this. But I'm the only one. It's weird. I'm the youngest one in my family. I'm the only one who sort of has gone into that avenue. I feel like everyone else, has had serious issues, and they've just been able to get out the other side. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm the most spoiled one, and it's hard for me to appreciate things the same way they do. Whoa! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, one more rep. Woo! All right, one more rep. I'm looking at my clock, by the way, in case you're wondering what I'm staring at the ground for. My phone's down there. But anyways. Whew. Man. I'll get a therapist. I will get a therapist, I promise. Whew, it's happening soon. Man, life is just always so up and down. You don't know when you can start things. Everything seems overwhelming. You work all the time and you try to get things done, but then the extra time you have, you feel like it's a perfect time for you to get your mental space together. But maybe it's good to just keep chasing. And then even my brother coming into town, I'm like, oh, I'm overwhelmed because he's gonna be here. I have to do all this stuff. But it's like, it's probably the best time to try to turn my brain off and enjoy the moment that I will have with essentially my best friend. Best dude ever. Oh my God, he's gonna beat me up too with boxing. He's gonna beat my ass. Is that one more rep? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God. Whew. Okay. Oh, that one's gonna get easier soon, please. Oh, and the second it gets easier, you have to move the weight up. So it never gets easier. I think that's the point. And you might think, I guess you're done now. 30 minutes on the Peloton. I have to burn 300 calories. Which is funny. How silly is this? I have an issue with my love handles. They're not super bad according to other people, but for me, I want that skinny body. That skinny body, looks good on the top, good chest. So I have to cut calories. So I burn 300 calories, and then I go inside and I eat this bar. It's like a protein bar. That's 300 calories, and I'm like, I could just not eat the bar, but for whatever reason, it's like, I don't know, I'm trying to do this weird balance of getting bigger and also losing calories, keeping my waist down while keeping my muscles bigger. And I don't know, dude, trying to get buff and big and sexy is difficult from what I've learned, but okay, here we go. All right, hopefully we can end this video with a nice vomit section. Okay, so right now it's only 7:41. I still have maybe 2.5 hours before I go to bed. When I get inside, I will probably draw. I think I'm gonna end the video with this bike section. This is probably gonna be my end. Oh man, let me know what you think. Actually I don't know. I think with YouTube and creating and stuff, it's, you know, I was really excited when I started and I made something that felt really weird and different in skating. And then I basically just did the same thing for years and years and years. And then a lot of other people did it. So it's just a lot of us doing the same thing. That's one thing I wanted to talk about in California. It's been a little weird because, you know, you move somewhere and you think, okay, of course, all my problems are going to be solved. And it never does. Everything's internal. But one big thing was like skateboard YouTube, right? A lot of YouTube skateboarders are out here. And I remember when I was first doing YouTube, I looked around and I was like, man, I hate the LA scene. Not just the LA skate YouTube scene, but just the LA scene in general it genuinely is all about clout. You know, like America is the country of money. You come here or you live here, you're born here, and the thing you're raised to do and the thing, it's to contribute to society. Really, it's just to make money. And a lot of other countries have different value systems, but a lot of other countries are Americanized, so they kind of value the same thing, unfortunately, which is whoever makes the most money, whoever's the most productive, aka helping out society. I get it. I think it sounds great. I think as an American, I'm like, yeah, man, help out society. How many people can we help? But I think people get super delusional about their contribution. And then no matter what people do, no matter how selfish they are, at the end of the day, they say, well, it's good if I have the money because I'm the one who's going to help out everyone else. So if you're from a different country, I'd love to know the perspective of that one. Or if you're from America and you're able to sort of escape that mindset, congratulations. I think with skateboarding, that was my initial plan. But as I'm saying, I'm in California. And here, if you start skateboarding in California, you're still a Californian. You're still raised in not only the country that's all about money, but you're in the state where all culture is created, essentially, all media. And it's wild. The way it feels out here is, it's been difficult for me. I clearly did not need to lean more into the clout chasing side. And I've learned that, but I've learned it a lot of harsh lessons. I think when I made YouTube too, I was making these videos where I was kind of criticizing others sometimes. And I regret those videos. I mean, I regret ever saying anything mean about anyone. I never really did it that gnarly. I would just kind of drop these backhanded comments sometimes like, I don't like this about, I mean, right now I'm kind of doing it. I'm being like, I don't like commentary. But man, people out here, they will give their firstborn child for a shout out from David Dobrik or something like that. You know, it's like, I don't know, skate YouTubers. I have friends who live in LA who have like publicly said nasty things about me. And I'm like, why? And they're like, oh, I made for good clickbait. And I'm just like, oh, do we, like, I don't know. It's so weird when you're from, I talk about this a lot actually with my wife, but when you're from South Carolina, sorry, I might vomit. When you're from South Carolina, it's like this poor community that we're all from, or that I was from, me and my friends growing up. And we romanticize things that I think a lot of elitist coast places didn't romanticize. And some of those attributes were terrible. I didn't cling on to a lot of those things. But one thing was like, I felt really safe with my friends. It was just this cool thing where we just did not betray each other. It was this, like, we cared so much about friendship. It was, to me, it was beautiful. I loved it. And I knew that no matter what things in life sucked, in terms of like, maybe some things with their families or my families, or we just didn't do anything to betray each other's trust. And if someone came up and they were like, I don't know, did something rude to one of my friends or did something mean, he has 8 people who are not into that person anymore, right? Like, my friend comes up and he goes, yeah, somebody pushed me the other day. All 7 of us are like, where, who, why? You know, we're worked up about it. We're not like, well, maybe I should be friends with him because they are popular. You know, I don't know, it's a weird thing. In LA, it does not matter what someone does to you, how mean someone is to you, how mean someone is to your friends, how, like, the things they say about your friends. In LA, it's like a bottom dollar. is if someone popular says something mean about me, says something mean about my friend, well, if they're willing to collaborate, that's clout. I can put my pride aside, and I get that. You know, I think pride is a bad thing. I actually think loyalty isn't going to help you make money. But man, I still cling to some of those notions. I don't know, like I'm still like a small, like a super small town kid internally, and I see all these things. I think that's why the world is so difficult for me, because I keep pushing myself forward into these communities that don't make any sense. Like I'm in LA, I'm in New York, like all my friends growing up, it's like when I go home to South Carolina, I'm just me again, just like a kid again who's being like, hey, but South Carolina has its own problems. It sucks, in my opinion. It's just really difficult to emerge in that community, maybe later on in life, but I think Texas was a good middle ground. I do like Texas. And in my head, I'm like, let's just move every 6 months, bro. Let's go to Korea. Let's go to Japan. So dumb. I mean, it sounds fun in the moment, but you're just gonna be you in a place where nobody can speak your language. I don't think anyone wants that. Anyways, California's cool though, besides that. It's beautiful. If you live here, you know. I think most of you are actually probably from here. It's beautiful. You can drive somewhere really nice. Then you can go to somewhere that's super not nice. Somewhere where a lot of people struggle a lot. You get to see every side of humanity in 1 minute. That's what Sarah's mom said. We went to Santa Monica and she was like, it's kind of sad here. I was like, what, why? She's like, you just see way too much of humanity in one. It's like, you literally see like, I don't know, a side you feel bad about. You know, you see someone who's like I'm not saying this to be like a memey edgelord. Like you see people doing crack publicly, like literally. And then you're like, oh, you see someone shitting in the corner. Someone like jerking off. I know that's really inappropriate, but you'll see that. I saw that in the subway in New York, like the first time I went there. I'm like, damn. You see a lot of humanity. And then you see like the most elitist Paris Hilton looking blah, blah, blah. You see like these super nice fancy Ferraris driving by. You're just like, damn, all of humanity in one. And to me, I like that. I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of seeing all of humanity because I think with me, when you come from a community that's kind of one thing, you stick out like a sore thumb and you're like, well, if everyone sticks out like a sore thumb, I won't stick out like a sore thumb. So you love it. You're in LA and everyone is different looking. Like here, you know, nobody will ever be like, where are you from? Because I just look like I'm from LA. It's wild. Everyone here is culturally ambiguous. But in South Carolina, it's the opposite. It's like, where are you from? And I'm like, your mom's house. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm your father. Drop a little knowledge for them, you know? You gotta tell them where you're from. It didn't never bother me at all. I was never ever like, I'm never one of those people who are like too woke to be like, you shouldn't say that because it makes me feel, but like, ironically it did. I was always like, oh no, my mom's from South Carolina, or from Korea, so I look like that. It's always super nice about it. Oh God. My God, I still have 22 more minutes on this thing. I throw up. I was always super nice about it. And I always appreciate it. I didn't hear that for a long time until I went to New York. This dude from Poland was like, where are you from? And I'm like, South Carolina. And he's like, no, like, where are you from? I'm like, oh shit, I haven't been asked that in 7 years. I'm like, oh, my mom's from Korea. And he's like, Korea. He was talking about the soccer game. And he's like, I love Korea. And I'm like, yeah, dude, Korea's sick. And he's like, dude, they beat Germany. I hate Germany. I'm like, oh, why? And he's like, Nazis. I'm like, all right. I'm like, nothing, not everything has to be like a pedestal to stand on, right? Like Instagram, I think the reason social media just destroys my soul, and I've done a really good job today of actually avoiding it. Social media is so funny because it's like the most tragic thing will happen. Obviously, it's not actually funny, but like, let's just make up an example. Like a spaceship will explode and kill like 20 people. And someone will like use that to push their narrative. They're like, yeah, well, maybe if they went to a Catholic church, they wouldn't have happened. You know, it's like something really random and you're like, really? Like you're using like 10 deaths to push your personal agenda? That's cool. That's social media in general. So I think that's why I get so burnt out on it. And, you know, I think with YouTube, it felt like almost like an escape, like a safe space to go on social media. And then it was just like this, like, yikes world. And everything is yikes to me now, which is a problem. You don't want to exist where everything's yikes. You want to exist where you see things that are exciting and new. And I don't know, I think it's weird. My brother, he got sober, and I heard Tom Holland in an interview talk about getting sober. And they're like, yeah, life gets really boring for a little while. They're like, yeah, I'm bored. Oh my God. Whew. So funny if this just ends with me vomiting, projectile vomiting, and it cuts off. Oh, and he's like, and I was like, dude, that's literally what it is to be a skateboarder. Like I'm bored. Like I was skating, I had fun, went out every day, pushed myself physically, mentally. I did that since I was 10 years old. And then one day you're like, I should probably get a real job, maybe do art, maybe try something else. So you spend way less time skating, and then you're like, oh my God, like, I don't know, I'm bored. It's super weird. I don't think any of these problems are relatable, huh? I think it's like when YouTubers talk about being like, I'm getting so much hate online. And then people go like, well, ignore them, they're stupid. And it's like, you don't know what it's like until, you know, because it's like, you know, my sister, she doesn't have like internet presence like me. But if one person, that sounded weird, but if one person's like, you know, you're a hoe, she'll be like, excuse me. And I'm like, you see how angry you got with that? Imagine that like 100 times in a day. Luckily, I'm not as popular as I was like 2 years ago, where that was happening all the time. Just get the craziest. I don't know if I ever expanded on that even, but I had like seasons where I felt like I was like the enemy of skateboarding. It was super, super weird. And then Thrasher wrote that article recently being like, all these skaters want to be like John Hill. And I'm like, dude, that is sick. I mean, you don't, trust me, but that is sick. Oh, I even saw like Dane Berman, dude on Zero. He like uploaded a vlog. I'm like watching a vlog of this pro skater I follow in Zero videos, and he's just like, today we're going to this thing. I'm like, that's crazy. Like starting that like 7 years ago, and then it seeps into a few other sectors. For whatever reason, the last 3 years, it was just like boom. Like, I don't know, maybe they just didn't see my videos until 3 years ago. But it was cool to see. You know, I'm really thankful that, I don't know, as weird as it sounds, I think like with skating, I never really felt like I contributed much, as weird as that sounds. And then like to me, I'm like, it's funny because like my contribution to skating is hopefully pushing the idea like, hey man, if you want to, you gotta do extra stuff to keep that career going, make a video, you know, be entertaining. And a lot of people have jumped on it, and I think that's kind of it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, every pro skater would say like, if I get one kid into skating, I'm thankful, I did it. And I've had the amazing opportunity to get a lot of people into it. I think it's great. And hopefully now I can maybe talk a little bit about the issues you might face later on. When you choose something that could alienate you from your community, you're definitely gonna have repercussions. But, whew, it's fine. Everything's fine, as long as you keep going. One small step, one small pedal, one tricep push, one bicep curl, one kickflip back tail. Maybe you didn't get the big spin out, and I think that's okay. Anyways. Oh. Is that it? Should I end the video? I think I will. Well, it's very therapeutic for me. This video is fun to make. If it seems crazy, God, not saying crazy is hard. I'm like the most, I don't claim to be woke or anything, but I am like, if people are struggling with a word and it feels like it targets a group of people, I'm like, all right, I'll avoid it, whatever, I don't care. I don't have that kind of pride. I'm not like, that word is sacred to me. I can't joke around with my friends anymore. I can't be racist. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I've had that happen before where I heard all these kids being like, I can't believe you're taking away my freedom of speech. I'm like, bro, last year I heard you saying some wild stuff. That's like, yeah, freedom of speech, but geez, maybe you should be limited with your racism. But yeah, that's the South though. Oh my Lord. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this raw edit. I don't know, it's weird to talk like that at the end, right? When I've been transparent the whole time. I just want to say, thank you for watching this. I mean, seriously, YouTube is a weird place, and if any of you struggle in the way that I do watching YouTube, it's hard to find that content now that just makes you feel different. It all feels really, really samey. I don't watch a single YouTuber besides Store. I think they're great. I really don't watch anyone else, you know? I think people make amazing videos. There's great creators. I don't know, I just can't get into it anymore unless it's about something very specific. I watch Trash Taste podcast. I watch longer form videos, My wife is messaging me. That's cool. I'm a fan of her. Welcome to the dark side. Oh yeah, I texted her earlier and said, I think I'm becoming a night owl. Whew, man. She's gonna call me soon. She's exporting her video. Oh man, how weird it is that me and her at the same time basically were just like, we're over YouTube. Let's move on. I'll send it to you, and then you should call me after. Oh, cool. Yay! So this is gonna sound weird coming late mentioning this, but she's about to send me the announcement video for us having a child. We're gonna post it on Instagram, all that stuff, which is silly. I don't know, we're trying to deal with like getting excited about posting personal stuff while simultaneously like not worrying about what the internet thinks. It's kind of ironic. Oxymoronic if you ask me, bro. Whew, okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you hopefully soon. Maybe I'll try another one of these videos every day for the rest of my life. And at 60 years old, you can be like, remember that one time you were feeling this way? How's that feel now? And I'll be like chilling in my, I don't know, I can't think of the perfect scenario, on my pirate ship, setting sail to a dreamland that nobody's ever discovered and being like, oh man, I was so young and naive. I didn't know that unicorns and Hogwarts existed on an island out there. And now I'm setting sail to be the first one to find it, which makes no sense. How am I the first one on the way, knowing that I'm about to discover that specific thing? But that'll happen. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. How am I gonna turn this off? I can't turn it off. Oh, all right, bye-bye. I'm gonna watch stuff. Whew. Oh my God, I'm gonna break my camera doing this. There we go. All right, peace out.